Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Ashok IT. All of you can see my screen and can hear my voice. Please confirm in the chat box. Yeah, Rajesh, Harsha, Jay Krishna, Akshay, Abhijit, Raviraj. Very good evening, guys. Balwant Gaur. Thanks for your confirmation, guys. Thanks for your confirmation, Dolly. Thanks for your confirmation. I welcome all of you to Ashok IT. And today we are here to discuss about what is DevOps, why this DevOps is having lot of demand in the market, and what is the roadmap to learn this DevOps with AWS course. This is master program on DevOps with AWS. So let's try to understand the details of this course. Before getting into the course details, first I would like to introduce about myself. I will be the instructor for this course. My name is Ashok. I'm having total 9+ years of experience in IT, and currently I'm working for one product based company as a technical lead. And coming to my skill set, I would like to call myself as a full stack developer because most of my experience on the Java and J2EE technologies. I'm well experienced with the Java, J2EE technologies like Spring Boot, Microservices, REST APIs. And coming to front end, I use it to work with the Angular to develop UI for my applications. And coming to operational side, I'm using AWS Cloud and DevOps toolchain with Linux operating system. So this is very quick introduction about myself. Very good. Next, so many people who are attending any course may have found out what are the prerequisites to attend this course. What are the skill set that that person should have to attend this course. Okay, let's discuss about the prerequisites to attend our master program on DevOps with AWS. Okay, the very first thing that you have to remember, no specific prerequisites to attend this DevOps with AWS, guys. What I mean to say is anybody can attend this DevOps with AWS course, whether you are from IT background or non-IT background, that doesn't matter. Anybody can attend this DevOps with AWS course, no specific prerequisites. If you really have a passion to work as a DevOps engineer and a cloud practitioner, if you want to quick start your career as a DevOps engineer and a cloud practitioner, then you can be part of this program and you can become a very good DevOps engineer and a cloud practitioner within 3 to 4 months of time. Got it? Now, some people may have a doubt. Ashok, I just completed my BTech. I don't know any programming knowledge. I don't know Java. I don't know C, C++. Can I attend this course? 100% you can attend. The reason is programming knowledge not mandatory for this course because it's not a Java course or Python course. We are here to discuss about DevOps and AWS. Programming knowledge not mandatory. And the next thing, who are the targeted audience for this course? Graduates can attend. That means who completed their degree, BTech, MCA, MBA, BCA, like that. Undergraduates also can attend. Backend developers. Most of the people here are from Java background. They use it to develop backend REST APIs. And some people, web developers are there, UI developers are there. Whether you are a backend developer or front-end developer, graduate, undergraduate, a mechanical background, civil background, it doesn't matter. Non-IT background people also can attend this master program on DevOps with AWS. Are you guys clear with this? Anybody can attend our DevOps with AWS course. No specific prerequisites. No specific prerequisites. The only prerequisite is you should have a passion to learn this course. You should have that zeal. I should become a DevOps engineer within 4 months of time. I should become a AWS cloud expert within 3 months of time. If you have that passion, definitely you can attend this course, guys. Good. Next, coming to course plan. Hey Ashok, what are the topics that you are going to cover? What is the course outline? Now, this course I have divided into 6 modules, guys. This course I'm dividing into 6 modules. This is just to explain you what is the roadmap of our course, what is the pattern that we are going to follow to learn this course. Course is divided into 6 modules. The first module, Introduction to DevOps World. Okay, some people are working, some people are not working people here in this batch. So first I'm going to introduce you to DevOps world. What is this DevOps? Where the DevOps comes into software project? What is the role of DevOps engineer in the project development? Right? Once introduction completed, then we will jump into Linux operating system. That is the must skill that every DevOps engineer should have. We'll start with Linux operating system as module 2. We are going to understand how to work with Linux operating system, Linux commands, right? How to perform operations on the Linux OS. Most of you will use Windows operating system, right? For your personal use. I think nowadays everybody will have a computer. In your computer, which operating system you are using? Windows. Currently, I'm taking this class also in my PC, which is having Windows operating system. In everybody's personal laptop, 95% of the people will use Windows operating system for personal use. But tomorrow, when you get into IT industry as a DevOps engineer, 100% your work will be on the Linux operating system. You should be expert in the Linux operating system. So I'm going to cover Linux operating system also for you as a module 2. Then coming to module 3, AWS Cloud. AWS stands for Amazon Web Services. You know Amazon, right? You will order mobiles, you will order your clothes, books, you will Amazon Prime you will use to watch the movies. That Amazon only, guys. That Amazon people providing cloud platform. That Amazon company providing cloud platform to use infrastructure which is required for our application. You no need to purchase any server. You no need to purchase anything which is required for your project development and project deployment. For that, we are going to use AWS Cloud. So I'm going to make you an expert in the Amazon Web Services cloud platform as part of module 3. Coming to module 4, we are going to learn DevOps tools. As a DevOps engineer, you are going to use several tools in the project to automate the project operations. What are the tools that we are going to use to automate the operations? We are going to learn as part of module 4. That is DevOps tools like Maven, Git, Jenkins, Docker, Kubernetes, Terraform, Ansible. Like that, there are several tools that are required to automate application operations. As part of module 4, we are going to understand those DevOps tools. Then coming to module 5, real-time projects. So it's not sufficient just to learn the concept. You should understand where to use that concept, how to use that concept in the project. So that's the reason I'm going to explain several projects also by using all the concepts that we have learnt in second module, third module, and fourth module. Got it? And the last module is the conclusion module for you to make you as a DevOps engineer. We are going to conduct interview guide. That means we will tell you what are the frequently asked interview questions in the IT industry for DevOps engineer for AWS cloud engineers, right? And we are going to tell you how to prepare the resume with the 3 to 4 years of experience. If you want to attend the interview, how you need to prepare your resume, what projects you need to keep in the resume also, we are going to provide. And we will conduct mock interviews also. So before giving the actual interview in the IT company, we'll conduct a mock interview. We'll conduct a mock interview for you and we will tell what is your performance in that interview. We will record that video and we will share that mock interview so that you can work on your weak points. Whenever you are giving an interview, you don't know what mistakes that you are doing, right? When you listen to that video, then you will understand what questions they asked and how was your answers for those questions. That interview guide also will be there for you people. So our total course is divided into 6 modules. I hope all of you clear with these 6 modules. First one, I'm repeating again. Module 1, Introduction to DevOps World. Module 2, Linux Operating System. Module 3, AWS Cloud. Module 4, DevOps Tools. Module 5, Real-Time Projects. Module 6, Interview Guide. We are going to learn this course in the same pattern, guys. First, we'll start with DevOps, then Linux, then AWS, then DevOps, then projects, then interview guide. Same order we are going to follow to complete this course. Good. Coming to module 1, what we are going to learn in the module 1? What is DevOps? Why DevOps? What is the DevOps lifecycle? And what is software development lifecycle, where DevOps will be involved in the SDLC. I think in your academics, you might have studied about software development lifecycle. You can see the diagram, right side, it is a circle, right? Requirements analysis, design, implementation, testing, evaluation, that development lifecycle. In that SDLC, where the DevOps comes into picture, that we are going to understand. And two famous methodologies in the SDLC. One is waterfall methodology. What is waterfall? What are the challenges with the waterfall? What are the advantages and what are the disadvantages of the waterfall? We are going to understand. And the second one, which is currently trending in the market, that is agile methodology. Nowadays, most of the projects are developing based on agile methodology. I'm going to teach you agile methodology also by using Jira tool. Good. This is what we are going to learn in the module 1. By this weekend, we'll complete this module 1, guys. This is very introduction to DevOps world. If you want to start learning DevOps, first you should know all these concepts. What is DevOps? Why DevOps? What is DevOps lifecycle? What is software development lifecycle? Where DevOps comes in the SDLC? What is waterfall model? What is agile model? All those things we are going to understand. All these concepts are theoretical concepts, guys. All these 6 concepts are theoretical concepts. These are awareness sessions. Here you are entering into DevOps world by learning these concepts. Got it? These are fundamental concepts that every person should know. Not only a DevOps engineer, every developer also should know about these concepts. Good. Are you clear with module 1 agenda? What we are going to learn in the module 1? Comfortable, guys? Non-technical background, no problem. Non-technical background, no problem, sir. I told you, anybody can attend. If you have that interest to become a software engineer, then you can attend. Whether you are from IT or non-IT, doesn't matter. Okay? Good. Next, coming to module 2, which is Linux operating system. In Linux operating system, this is as part of module 2, we will learn what is operating system. Already we are using Windows operating system. Then why Linux? What are the differences between Windows and Linux? We are going to understand. Then Linux introduction, how to set up Linux, how to use a computer with Linux operating system, how to install Linux, how to install Linux OS. I think already you know how to install a Windows. Now I'm going to tell you how to use Linux operating system, how to set up Linux operating system by using virtual machines. Good. Aparao, yeah, I can see you, man. Please concentrate now. I will talk to you later. Next, working with Linux OS, Linux introduction, Linux setup, working with Linux operating system. Then Linux commands, very important. Working with Linux means you should become master in the Linux operating system. By using those Linux commands, we will perform those operations. I will teach you Linux commands also. The next one, shell scripting. Little bit coding will be there in the shell scripting, guys. No problem. If you are not from the programming background also, no issue. I will tell you what is that shell scripting, why we should know that shell scripting as a DevOps engineer. Because sometimes we are going to write small scripts in our application as part of operations. So we need to have some knowledge on that shell scripting. So I'm going to cover that shell scripting also for you. This is our agenda for module 2. Comfortable? Comfortable, guys? Good. Next one. Coming to module 3, AWS Cloud, which is a hot cake in the market. AWS Cloud, which is a hot cake in the market. So before getting into AWS, first we need to understand what is cloud computing. First, we need to understand what is cloud computing. Right nowadays, wherever you go, people are talking about cloud computing, and the future of the IT industry is cloud computing only, guys. The future of the IT industry is cloud computing only. Got it? Now, so there are so many cloud providers are available in the market. You might have heard about AWS, Azure, PCF, Salesforce. I'm going to compare all those things. What is AWS? What is Azure? What is PCF? What is Salesforce? All the cloud providers available in the market, I'm going to compare, and I will tell you which cloud platform we need to use when. Okay, and what are the advantages of going for cloud also we are going to understand. Next one, IaaS, infrastructure as a service. IaaS, infrastructure as a service. PaaS, platform as a service. And SaaS, software as a service. What is IaaS? What is PaaS? What is SaaS? Those things also we will discuss. Then AWS. We are going to use AWS Cloud as part of our course. We are going to use AWS as part of our course. AWS, how to create the account in the AWS, that is free tier account. How to create free tier account in the AWS also we are going to understand. And AWS console tour, I will tell you how to use all the services in the AWS, what are the services in the available in the AWS, how to use that AWS application, that AWS console tour also I'm going to give you. Then AWS services overview, what all the services available in the AWS, hundreds of services available in the AWS. What are those services? When we need to use those services, we will discuss in module 3. Got it? What is cloud computing? What are the cloud advantages? IaaS, PaaS, SaaS, AWS introduction, free tier account creation in AWS, AWS console tour, AWS services overview. We will discuss in module 3. Comfortable, guys? If you confirm, then I will go to next topic. If you confirm, I will go to next topic. Are you clear with module 3 details? What we are going to learn in module 3? Please respond, guys. Don't sleep. Don't sleep. Be active. Good. Now, once these things are done, then we will jump into AWS services, how to work with AWS services. As I mentioned that AWS stands for Amazon Web Services. Okay. First, we will understand what is region and availability zone in the AWS. AWS regions and availability zones. AMI, EC2, EBS stands for Elastic Block Storage. Load balancer, which is also called as ELB, auto scaling, S3 buckets, Route 53. Then light sail, a small service is there which is called light sail, that also we are going to discuss. Then next, RDS, how to work with the databases in AWS, relational databases. DynamoDB, which supports NoSQL database. VPC, virtual private cloud. CloudWatch, cloud formation. SES, email service. SQS, queue service. SNS, notification service. And how billing will happen in the Amazon. Amazon is providing the services based on pay as you go model. How much you use, that much you have to pay. It is like a postpaid mobile bill. You know postpaid mobiles, right? You will take a postpaid SIM card, you will make the phone calls, you will use the data. At the end of the month, they will generate the bill for you. How much you used, that much you have to pay. That is called pay as you go model. Amazon Web Services also following the same concept, pay as you go model. Whatever you want, whatever you want, whatever you want, you can use from the Amazon. At the end of the month, they will calculate the bill and they will provide you the bill. You have to pay that bill. Pay as you go model. All these services we are going to learn from AWS, Amazon Web Services. After completion of these services, you can put in your resume that you are cloud expert. You are the cloud expert, cloud practitioner, cloud engineer, right? Then once AWS topics are completed, then we will start with DevOps tools. Okay, there are several tools that people are going to use in the DevOps world. We are going to learn those tools. First, what are the tools that are required for a DevOps engineer? What are the tools that are required for DevOps engineer? DevOps tools overview, role of DevOps engineer in the project. In the project, several teams will be available, right? Developers will be available, testers will be available, and DevOps engineers will be available. What would be the role of the DevOps engineer? We will understand. Then next we'll start with Maven and GitHub. How to work with Maven, which is a build tool, and how to work with the GitHub, which is a repository tool. Then Jenkins, which is integration tool, CI/CD. Then SonarQube, which is a code review tool. Then working with the Docker and Kubernetes, which are very trending in the market, very famous tools in the market, which are trending in the market. Then next, ELK, Elasticsearch, Logstash, Kibana. For monitoring purpose, we are going to use these tools. Then next, Terraform, infrastructure as a code. Okay, so these are the tools that we are going to learn as part of module 4 in our course. These are called as DevOps tools. Every DevOps engineer should be having hands-on experience in these tools, because in your project, once you join in the company as a DevOps engineer, daily you are going to work with these tools only. So I'm going to cover all these tools in detail, practically with real-time scenarios. How to set up the tool in your system, how to use that tool, what are the challenges that we are going to face while working with these tools, how to resolve those problems, everything will be covered practically. Okay, then next, projects. Okay, how a project will be implemented in the real time with DevOps and AWS. I'm not going to concentrate on only one technology. I'm going to concentrate different technical stack projects, guys. Good. Java application, Python application, Angular application, React.js application, full stack application, and working with the Docker containers in the AWS Cloud, working with the Kubernetes clusters. Because tomorrow we don't know you will be selected in for which company, you will be selected for which project. That project may be using Java, maybe on Python, maybe on React, maybe on Angular. So here we are going to understand how to work with different tech stack projects, how the project will be implemented in the real time with DevOps. Those things we are going to understand as part of module 5. Then coming to the last module, which is our interview guide. Good. Resume preparation. Most of the people will have a confusion. Sir, what should be the format of the resume for experienced people? How the resume should look like for fresher? How the resume should be look like for experienced? For experienced resume, what projects we need to keep? What are our roles and responsibilities in the project? How to explain about ourselves as a DevOps engineer, as a AWS Cloud engineer? All those things we are going to discuss as part of our course. Resume preparation, I will give some sample resumes also. I will conduct a workshop on the resume preparation and frequently asked interview questions. Okay, our previous batch students are available. They attended interviews and they are giving the interview questions. And even in my company, I'm conducting the interviews. I'm a technical lead. Every week, 5 to 6 interviews we will conduct. What type of questions that I'm asking in the interview, and what kind of questions our previous batch students are faced in the interviews, that list also we have. I will share that list also with you guys. Then next, mock interviews. If you are scared about interview, if you want to give you a mock interview, dummy interview, then our institute staff is there. Those staff will conduct the interview for you, or as my colleagues, I will request my colleagues to take an interview for you over the weekends. Mock interviews also we will conduct and we will share the feedback with you. Then you can work on your weak points, where you are not able to answer the questions in which area you are not confident, that we will tell you based on that mock interview. Then you can work on that and you can improve your skill. Then you can give the real interview in the company to get the jobs. Good. Job assistance, as I mentioned that when we are conduct the mock interview, if you are performing well in the mock interview, then definitely we will suggest your profiles to our client companies. I think you are following Ashok IT Telegram. Every week, one or two companies are asking Ashok IT students, right? The trained freshers they are asking. So last week we have conducted Java drive. Before that, we have conducted React JS drive. So companies are coming to us and they are recruiting the people who got trained from our Ashok IT. So whenever we conduct a mock interview, if you are performing well in the mock interview, then definitely we will forward your resumes to our client companies. Then they will conduct one more round of interview and they will select it. I'm not doing any false promises, guys. If you join Ashok IT, you will get the job. No, we will give you the best subject and definitely your effort should be there. You have to practice more and more. You have to understand that. Then definitely you will get the job. It's not like if you pay the fees, we will keep you in the company. No, I'm not cheating. I'm not doing such kind of wrong statements. Definitely, I will give my best as part of this course because I'm also working in the IT industry from 9 years. I know how things will happen in the project, what kind of problems that we will face in the company, how to handle with those situations, all the things I'm going to cover. The best I'm going to provide you. At the same time, you need to keep your 100% efforts on the course. You should not miss even single class also. You should not miss the classes. You should practice daily 2 to 3 hours. You should practice daily 2 to 3 hours. If you are staying in Hyderabad, you can come to our institute and you can practice in our institute. That facility I will provide you. I will be there in the institute every day, 2 to 3 hours I will spend in the institute. If you are facing any problems while practicing, then definitely I will be there for you to help you in resolving your problems. But practice is mandatory. Without practicing, then it would be very difficult to crack the interviews. Daily minimum 2 to 3 hours you have to practice once the class is completed. 1 hour to 1 hour 15 minutes class will be available daily. After the class is completed, then definitely you have to practice on your own. Everybody should have a personal laptop, guys. Sir, I don't have a laptop. Can I join for this course? It's waste of your money. Definitely you should have a laptop or computer. A desktop or laptop you should have, then only you can join for this course. Otherwise, you can't practice the things. Without practice, there is no use of joining this course because it's not a theoretical course. It's 100% practical course. That means you have to practice it daily. To practice daily, you should have your own computer. You got my point? You got my point? You got my point, guys? You have to practice on daily basis. Minimum 2 to 3 hours you have to spend daily for practice. Then only you can get benefited with this course. Otherwise, there is no use. Good. So I hope we are clear with the roadmap for our course. All the details, all the 6 modules. I think we are clear with all the 6 modules of our course. Yes or no? Good. So what are the 6 modules that we are going to learn in our course, guys? Do you remember? What are the 6 modules that we are going to learn in our course? Can you see here? This week will be theoretical sessions. That means introduction to the DevOps world. From next week, completely practicals. Linux, AWS, DevOps, real-time projects, and interview guide. Got it? Anybody having any questions at the end of the session? Definitely, I will give permission to ask your questions. You can unmute your mic at the end of the session. Once my explanation got completed, then I will give permission to ask your questions, guys. I will interact with you people. Now, I hope all of you got the clear idea what we are going to learn in this DevOps and what are the 6 modules available for you and what we are going to discuss in the each module. Are you guys with me? Am I clear in explaining you? all the details about the course. समझे सबको? Guys, అర్థమైందా? Telugu, Hindi, English. Are you able to understand? समझे क्या? అర్థమైందా? Shall I move further now? समझे? Good. Thank you guys. అర్థమైంది. Good. Good. Yeah guys, no problem. Basically I am from Telugu. My mother tongue is Telugu, but I'm good in English and Hindi also. If you are want to talk with me in any language, I'm comfortable. I will talk to you in that language. But Marathi, Odia, Gujarati, वो नहीं आता मुझे. Telugu, Hindi, English, these three languages I'm comfortable. You can interact with me in any language. Good. Right, guys. Now, so what is our today's agenda? What is our today's agenda? I hope I have explained the details about the course and all the modules and what we are going to learn in all the modules. I have explained that. Now, what is our next task? Now, what we have to learn next? What we have to learn next? Yeah, as you people are attending DevOps, so let me tell you what is DevOps. Let me tell you what is DevOps. Before I'm going to tell you what is DevOps, can you guys tell me what is DevOps? Do you know anything about DevOps? I just want to hear from you before giving my definition for the DevOps. I just want to hear from you people. Guys, come on. Whatever you know about the DevOps, you are attending the DevOps means you already hear that. Blindly you are not joining for this course. Blindly you are not joining for this course. Something you know about the DevOps. Something you know about the DevOps, right? What do you mean by DevOps? What is your opinion on the DevOps? Can I say DevOps is one programming language like Java, .NET, Python? Can I say DevOps is one programming language? Can I say DevOps is one technology? Can I say DevOps is one technology? DevOps is one programming language? DevOps is a scripting language? Can I say such kind of statements? No, no. DevOps is not a programming language. DevOps is not a technology. DevOps is not a programming language. DevOps is not a technology. Then what is DevOps? Then what is DevOps? Krishnakant, what is DevOps? Aparao, Vinod, Dolly, Rahul, please respond, guys. Devasish, guys, please. People are not responding. I'm waiting for your response. I'm waiting for your response. Please tell something what you know about DevOps. Whether you are right or wrong, it doesn't matter. We are here for knowledge sharing. Whatever you know, you share with me. Whatever I know, I will share with you. Take care. People are saying that DevOps is a process. Very good. Srivani telling DevOps is a methodology. Someone is saying that DevOps is a tool. Someone is saying that DevOps is a process to develop. DevOps is an automated process. Combination of development and operations. Combination of operations. Development plus operations. Interconnect between development and operations. DevOps is the mix of tools. Wow. I'm getting these responses from the people. Practice to deployment. DevOps is an maintain a SDLC operations. Yes, guys, all are right. All are right. You people already know what is DevOps. Okay, so let's dig into the details of the DevOps. Let's understand the DevOps with better terminology. What is DevOps, guys? DevOps is not a technology. DevOps is not a programming language. DevOps is not a technology. DevOps is a culture. In the IT industry, people will call the DevOps as a culture. You told that DevOps is a process. That's right, 100% right. DevOps is a process. DevOps is not a technology. DevOps is a culture. Actual full form of the DevOps. DevOps nothing but combination of development plus operations. DevOps nothing but what? Development plus operations. Now tell me guys, can I say DevOps is a technology? Can I say DevOps is a technology? Can I say DevOps is a programming language? Can I say DevOps is a tool? No, DevOps is a culture which is following in the IT companies nowadays. DevOps is not a programming language. DevOps is not a technology. DevOps is not a tool also. DevOps is one culture, that is the process which is following by software engineers in the IT industry. DevOps is the new culture, guys. DevOps is the new culture that brought lot of changes in the IT industry. DevOps nothing but development plus operations. DevOps nothing but development plus operations. It is a set of tools, and that DevOps began in the market around 2007. 2007. Let's understand the DevOps clearly. What is the meaning of DevOps and how people are using this DevOps in the IT industry? What is the role of the DevOps engineer in the projects? Can you guys see my paint? Can you guys see my paint? Can you please confirm? I want to draw some diagrams, guys. Can you see my paint? Right. So what is a DevOps? DevOps is a culture. What is DevOps? DevOps is a culture. We can also say DevOps is a process. DevOps is a process. We can call DevOps as a culture, or DevOps is a process. DevOps abbreviation, or we can say full form of the DevOps. DevOps is nothing but development plus operations. In the project, now in the IT company, we are developing projects. Software engineers are there who are going to develop the projects. Now, can you see one project that is called facebook.com? You are using facebook.com now. You will chat with your friends, you will update your profile picture, you will update your status, you will post your photos, so many things that you are going to do in the Facebook. Okay, Facebook is one project that we are accessing in our life. Facebook or WhatsApp or IRCTC, Gmail, and SBI net banking, HDFC, Flipkart. There are so many applications are available, guys, which we are using daily. Okay, you are going to place the food order, biryani order using Zomato, Swiggy. You will book your train ticket by using IRCTC. You will transfer the amount from one account to another account by using net banking. You will send a mail to companies with your resume, Gmail you are using, and you will purchase mobile by using Amazon or Flipkart. You will chat with your friends by using Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. All these things are available. Okay, guys. Now, when we want to develop a project, there are several people will be involved in the company. What are the people? Who are the people will be involved? Developers will be available. Okay, guys. So whenever you are going for, whenever you go for any project in the IT industry, for that project, some developers will be available. One developer will be available, or multiple developers will be available. Multiple developers will be available who will write the code. Like suppose if you take a project called IRCTC that is developed by using Java language, that is developed by using Java language. Developers will be available for our project development. They will write the code. They will write the code by using some programming languages like C language, C++, Java, Python, .NET. Like that, there are several programming languages are available. We will develop our project by using any one programming language. For example, let's take Java. So now there are Java developers available who will develop the project, who will write the code using Java language for our project. These people are called as developers. These people are called as developers. Then after that, for our project, some testers also will be available. For our project, some testers will be available, software testers. Software testers will be available. What is the duty of the testers? Whatever the code which is done by the developers. Directly, we don't give that code to client. Okay, so developers are writing the code. Once the developers completed the coding, whether that code is working as expected by the client or not. Okay, these testers will be available to test our application. Developers are responsible to develop the application. Testers are responsible to test the application functionality. Login. Whenever I give our email ID and password, am I able to log in into the application or not? Is the code is working as expected or not? When I enter invalid email ID and password, when I click on login, is it displaying password incorrect message or not? Credentials are incorrect message displaying or not? Such a kind of testing will happen for every project. Every project. Who is responsible for testing our application? For the project, testing team will be available. Who is responsible to develop the project? Developers will be available. Are you guys able to follow me? What types of teams will be available in a software project, guys? Development team will be available. Testing team will be available. What is the duty of the development team? Development team is responsible to write the coding. They will develop the project. Okay, you can see Facebook. You can see the Facebook with a button. You can see Flipkart. Now, for simple example, guys, let me open one application, any one application. Let me open any one application. Let's go to Flipkart. Let's go to Flipkart, which is a web application, guys. Right? Can you see the Flipkart now? Can you see the Flipkart now? Come on. Now, can you see so many options in the Flipkart? A menu is displaying, a search box is displaying. Now, suppose see here, how many mobiles are displaying? 12,458 mobiles are displaying in the Flipkart. 12,458 products are available. Those many mobiles are available in the Flipkart. Now, my budget is 30,000 only, guys. I'm selecting the budget as 30,000. Now, can you see 11,000 mobiles are displaying? That means the mobiles are decreased or not? Am I able to filter the mobiles based on my budget? Am I able to filter mobiles based on my budget? Right. Now, let's go and select one more filter. I want mobile which is having 4 GB RAM. I want a mobile which is having 4 GB RAM. Select 4 GB RAM. What happened, guys? From 11,000, how many mobiles are coming? 1,000 mobiles are coming. That means whenever I select RAM, some code is executing in the background. It is retrieving, it is displaying the mobiles who are the mobiles which are having 4 GB RAM. That means in the background some code is executing or not? Who will write that code? Developers will write that code. Java developers will write that code. That is the duty of the developer. इसका पीछे बहुत code execute होता है भाई. Whenever you select a checkbox RAM 4 GB, lot of code will execute in the background and it will identify what are the mobiles available in the Flipkart with RAM as 4 GB. It will retrieve. Now select one more filter. I want the mobiles with specific brand. I want the mobiles with a specific brand. I want only MI mobiles, guys. Select MI, apply filter. How many mobiles I got now? 329 mobiles only I got. Actually in the Flipkart, how many mobiles are available? 12,000 mobiles are available. Now why it is displaying only 300 mobiles? That is what I am applying as a filter. I want a mobile with the price less than 30,000. I want a mobile with a MI brand. I want a mobile with some RAM condition. Finally, we got 329 products. Now you may ask a question, sir, what is happening here? Whenever you click one button, mobiles are decreasing. That means in the background, some code is executing. Who is responsible to do that coding? Developers are responsible. We can say programmers. Developers are responsible to write that code. Okay. Now here, whenever a developer writes the code directly, can you give the code to the client? Can you believe the developers? No. We need to test that code. We need to test that code. Who is responsible to test that code? Developers will do the testing. Developers are lazy. They will just write the code. Okay. Now for testing purpose, we will have testers. For testing purpose, we will have whom? Testers. Software testers will be available to test our application. Okay. Development is completed. Testing is completed. Then what is the next step, guys? Then what is the next step? Do we need to deliver the project to the client or not? Do we need to deliver the project to the client or not? We need to deliver the project to the client. That is the duty of the DevOps engineer. That's where operational team comes into picture. Operations team, that is a DevOps team, comes into picture. Operations team comes into picture to deliver project to the client. Deliver project to client. That means project deployments that we are going to handle. How to deliver our Java project to the client. How to deploy project to the server. How to set up the database required for the project. How to deploy project in one server. How to deploy the project into multiple server. Okay. After development, some operations are required for every project. Now you see, guys, whenever we are sending a request, www.irctc.in, www.irctc.co.in, whenever you hit that URL, are you able to get the IRCTC project? Are you able to get the IRCTC project? Everybody able to access the IRCTC project. And when you go and access www.google.com, www.google.com, are you able to access the project? Now, once the developers completed the development, we need to perform some operations on the project. The DevOps engineers are responsible to perform the operations. DevOps engineers, developers are responsible to perform application development. To perform application development, they will write the coding. Developers will write the coding. Developers are responsible to develop. Developers are responsible for application development. Responsible for application development. They are called as programmers. They will write the coding. Java, Python, .NET, C language, C++, all these things comes under programming languages. Okay. Testers are responsible for application testing. Testers are responsible for application functionality testing. That means application is working as expected or not. When I click on login button, I'm able to log in or not. When I log in with valid credentials, valid email ID and password, am I able to log in or not? When I try to log in with invalid credentials, is it displaying invalid credentials message or not? Such a kind of application functionality testing will done by testers. Okay. Then what is the duty of DevOps engineers? DevOps engineers are responsible for operations on the application. DevOps engineers are responsible for operations for the project. Operations for the project. What do you mean by operations for the project? Setting up the systems, setting up machines, setting up machines, setting up database servers, setting database servers, setup, machine setup, machine setup, that means computer setup with operating systems, database setup, database setup, web server setup, web server setup, application server setup, application server setup, application server setup, application deployment to servers, application deployment to servers, load balancing, load balancing, load balancing for the application, application release, application release, etc. These are the responsibilities for DevOps engineers. Guys, now tell me, are you doing any coding? Do you need to know Java, Python here? Do you need to know Java, Python? When your duty will start as a DevOps engineer? Before development, after development, when your job will start, guys? After development. That means already project development will complete. Then your duty will start. So programming knowledge is required for the DevOps engineer, or programming knowledge not required for the DevOps engineer? Not required. If you know, that's excellent. If you don't know, also no problem, because your duty is not coding, your duty is operations. Okay, now DevOps is a culture. DevOps is a culture which is used to automate application related operations, setting up the machines, setting up the database, setting up the servers, setting up the deployments, load balancing, application releases. Such a kind of duties will be available for you as a DevOps engineer. DevOps engineer, nothing but operations engineer. You will perform operations on the project. Okay, developers are responsible to perform the application development. These people will write the coding. Once the coding is done, these people will test that. Then operations are for testing. Also, we need some operations, guys. We need to deploy the application into testing environment. We will give the application to testers as a operational engineer. Once the testing is completed, then we will deploy the application to server. Then we need operations. Okay, DevOps is a culture which is used to automate operations for the application. What is DevOps, guys? DevOps is a culture which is used to automate operations for the applications. What kind of operations we need for the application? Developers will have a computer, they will write the code. Then where to deploy that code? We need one computer to deploy our application. We need one database to store our application data. We need one server to run our application. We need one server to deploy our application. We need to deploy the application to server. We need to balance the load on the application. Okay, now see here, how many people will access Facebook at a time? How many people will access Facebook at a time? 100 people, 1000 people, 1 lakh, 1 crore. So many, so many. Now, so many requests are going to Facebook application, then burden will be increased on the server. As a DevOps engineer, you are going to balance that load. Load balancing also we are going to do for the applications. So machine setup, database setup, web server setup, application server setup, application deployment, load balancing, application releases, all these things are your responsibilities in the project as a DevOps engineer. In this course, we are going to understand all these things: how to set up the computers to deploy the applications, how to set up the database, how to set up the servers, how to deploy, how to load balance, how to implement load balancing, how to release the application to the client. All these operations we are going to understand. Okay, now can you tell me, guys, what is DevOps? What is the definition for a DevOps? DevOps is a culture. DevOps is a culture which is used to automate, operations required for the applications. DevOps is a culture which is used to automate operations required for the applications. Okay, by using DevOps culture, we can speed up application delivery to the client. By using DevOps culture, we can speed up operations on the application. We can speed up operations on the application. Are you guys clear with this one? By using DevOps, easily we can deploy the application to server. Easily we can release our application to the servers. Okay, developers are responsible to develop the code. Testers are responsible to test the code. DevOps engineers are responsible to perform operations which are required for the application. Now, can you tell me what is a DevOps? Guys, I hope. I'm clear in explaining you the definition for the DevOps. Do you understand what is DevOps now? DevOps is a technology, huh? To learn the DevOps, you need Java, na? To learn the DevOps, you need Python, huh? Nothing. Nothing is required because DevOps is not a technology. DevOps is not a programming language. DevOps is a culture, or we can say DevOps is a process. DevOps nothing but it is going to establish. It is going to establish the it is going to establish the relation between development and operations. It is a collaborative approach. Developers and operational team working together by using DevOps culture. Developers and operational team will work together with this DevOps culture so that easily we can perform the operations on the application and we can deliver the application to the client by automating the things. Okay, so in a project now we can see 3 types or 4 types of teams will be available. Developers will be available, testers will be available, database team will be available, and nowadays in every project operational team is also available, DevOps engineers. What is that responsibility of each team? What is the responsibility of the each team? Developers are responsible to develop the code. Testers are responsible to test the code. DevOps engineers are responsible to perform operations on the project. What do you mean by performing operations? Application deployments, setting up the machines which are required for the application, setting up the database which is required for the application, setting up the web servers, setting up the application servers, performing application deployments, performing the load balancing, implementing the load balancing on the application, releasing the application to the client. All these things will done by operations team. DevOps team is also called as operations team. Now, DevOps is a culture which is used to automate operations required for the applications. By using DevOps culture, we can speed up operations on the applications. We can perform quick releases. We can release the project to the client quickly. Now, simple example, man. Now, today today Flipkart want to provide offer 50% offer on all the projects. If you want to purchase a product, 50% discount. Flipkart announced that tomorrow big billion day, 50% straightforward offer on every project. Flipkart announced now. Flipkart announced they have a plan to announce 50% offer tomorrow. All of a sudden, Flipkart told that 50% off. Do you think that competitor Amazon will keep quiet? If Flipkart is giving 50% offer, Amazon will keep quiet, huh? Come on, man. If one company is giving 50% offer e-commerce application, Amazon will keep quiet, huh? No, they will also give the 50% offer. Quickly, developers will change the code. Testers will test the code. How to deploy the code to server? How to bring that change to the live environment? Operations team is required. Developers will change the code, will modify the code to give 50% offer. Testers will test that code. DevOps people will deploy the code to server. Then whenever you access the project, you can see 50% offer. That means if you want to deliver the project quickly, if you want to automate operations on the project, then people are using DevOps culture in the project, DevOps process they are using. Okay, now can you see the definition what I have given in the presentation now? DevOps. What is DevOps? I hope you understand what is DevOps now. What is DevOps? DevOps is not a technology. DevOps is a culture. Can you agree with this statement? Will you agree with this statement, guys? DevOps is not a technology. DevOps is a culture. DevOps stands for what? DevOps stands for development plus operations. DevOps stands for what? Development plus operations. Okay, what do you mean by operations? Deployments, environment setup which is required for our application execution, that is called operation team duty. Good. Next one, DevOps is a set of practices, tools, and a culture philosophy that automate and integrate the process between software development and IT teams. So it's very quick definition, guys. DevOps is a set of practices, tools, and cultural philosophy that automate and integrate the processes between development and IT teams. It is a practice that is used to automate the process which is required for the application. The DevOps movement began around 2007 when the software development and IT operations communities raised a concern about the traditional software development model. When the DevOps was not available, people used to struggle in the project development process. Then developers and operational teams raised a concern. Then industry came up with this DevOps culture. Now, in every project, people are following this DevOps culture for operations and development. Development plus operations will be integrated. Our development team and IT teams will integrated and will work together, will collaborate and will work. That culture is called as a DevOps culture. It's not a technology. It is used to simplify the operations on the application. Can you guys read this statement? Instead of this statement, I think paint concept is easy for you to read, right? Yeah. Can you quickly read this? DevOps is a culture, or we can say DevOps is a process. Nothing but development plus operations. So if you take an example called Facebook, for the Facebook, development team will be available, testing team will be available, operational team will be available. What is the duty of the developers? Developers will write the code, will develop the project, programmers. Then testers will be available who are responsible to test the application functionality. वो application सही काम कर रहा नहीं कर रहा है बोल के वो लोग टेस्ट करता है भाई. Testers will test that application functionality. Then DevOps engineers will come into picture to perform operations. What operations the DevOps engineer will do? These operations will do. After development, whatever is required to deliver the project to the client, all the operations will be taken care by DevOps engineer. DevOps is used to automate the operations on the application. Okay. Now, in the tomorrow session, we are going to understand how DevOps will work in the companies and what is the DevOps life cycle. This process tomorrow we are going to understand how DevOps works and what is the DevOps life cycle that we are going to understand as part of tomorrow's session. Okay, guys, the people who are watching from YouTube, please like our video and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. I will see you again in tomorrow's session, guys. The people who are attending from Zoom, if you have any question, you can raise your hand. Then I will give option to unmute your mic and you can interact with me for doubts or clarifications. So tomorrow we have a class at the same time, 7 p.m. IST. Tomorrow we will understand how DevOps is implementing in the projects and what is the DevOps life cycle that we are going to discuss in the tomorrow session. Okay. Now I am open for your doubts, guys.